just like last month, we have retirements, program announcements, and more. So tune in to listen to figure skating news. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more figure skating related content. Before I jump into the news, though, I want to announce that on July 14th, it was this channel's birthday. So freaking exciting. You guys have been so awesome. I love, love, love hearing from y'all. It has been just an amazing figure skating community. I don't have a lot of people I can ramble to about these things, and it's just so exciting to have like this outlet and people to respond back. So thank y'all. ISU pumped us all up for a rebrand, only to launch a rebrand that was just okay. Not a whole lot to say about it, to be honest. And also on that note, ISU, like their social media team, cold called people. Like I really truly believe after watching this that people truly were cold called to give their input about the logo change, because like somebody was in the middle of getting a massage, and I don't know if you would actually script that part out. Just watch it on ISU's. I think it's like on Instagram. I don't know if it's on their TikTok. Like it's exactly the feeling that you get when like someone is given a certificate. Like, whenever you finish those bizarre, like, well, I don't know how many of y'all at your work have to do something like a HIPAA training or some kind of training that says don't do XYZ. It's like when you get those certificates and they come at you, like this is the equivalent of getting that certificate and calling people and being like, I got the certificate. Ilia on July 7th did a Twitch where he hinted that there will be a voiceover in his program. He is going to do a backflip in his short program. He noted that the crown hint was for his short program and that the quotes were for his free program. He doesn't think that anyone has skated to the music that he chose for his programs except for one part. He doesn't want to do both segments for the team event. He prefers that he gets to do the short program segment. Ilia also took it to Instagram to say he has an announcement soon and it's not what we think. I don't even know what we would have thought. Oh, maybe program announcement, and it's not going to be a program announcement? I don't know. We'll find out. Since I recorded this video, he announced that he has kittens. This is the most wholesome thing ever, and I hope that he shows pictures of them in the kiss and cry each competition. It looks like Raph will not be joining Ilia at the Olympics, and this is because his mother is actually attending, and as many of you all know, she doesn't usually like to attend his competitions because she's too nervous to watch him. So she's likely wanting to be there for what we can predict is going to be a big moment for him. Karen Chen got married in Taiwan. Alexa, Knierim, and Chris gave... I'm not quite sure how to help you with that. I'm not talking to you. Let me try this again. Alexa and Chris gave birth to a baby boy named Braxton on July 10th, 2025. And Alexa just looks so glowing and so happy. I am so happy for them.
A top result is I love Chris t-shirt.
No, Alexa, stop! Alexa, stop! This is what happens every time I try to talk about her. Speaking of ice dance program announcements, Chock and Bate announced that their free dance is going to be to a tango, and it looks like it is going to be fire. I am so excited for it. I had heard that they're possibly going to do a program to paint it black. Now, it is possible there could be a tango version out there, but I don't know. But at first, I was real worried because I thought, oh my God, is that going to be considered an Olympic gold winning program? But I think this is going to be an awesome avenue for them. I also wonder how they'll spin this into something quirky and unique, such as an alien or a snake charmer or the Empire State Building or some jazzy. Like, they're going to find a way to make it cool, and I'm so excited to see them this season. I also saw where Maddie had posted that she was like in costume design land, so I'm so excited for them. Nicole Bobek posted on Instagram that she will have a book coming out on October 8th, 2025. And it's the untold story of figure skating's most defiant star. So I want to read that. So the opposite of a figure skating movie is happening. David Pelletier was hired as an assistant coach for the Dallas Stars. So I guess that means he's no longer living in Canada. And does that mean Katya will also be in Texas as well? Fear and Gibson have been amping us up for the long-awaited photos that they usually take to announce their programs. I have a feeling just from the way it looks that this is going to be a Spice Girl program that will be everything. Alysa Liu was featured in Skating Magazine's summer edition where she said she loves chaos and she has a triple axel. And there was discussion about how she wants to do 1 triple axel in the short and 2 triple axels in the free for next season. So if there's anyone that could pull it off, it is Alysa. Alysa also on Instagram hinted to the layout of her program. I mean, she didn't hint. Like, if you know how to read it, like, you know her program now, but I don't know how to read that. Torvill and Dean did their final showing of Bolero. I'm sad I've never got to see this in real life. Like, maybe one day they'll revive it, but I'm pretty sure they're done skating. We learned through Jason's Instagram stories that he listened to the lore episodes about himself on the run-through. And speaking of the run-through, oh my God, Michelle, who has been doing the ice dance episodes, has just been awesome. Like, she knows her stuff. Like, I feel like if there's any obscure ice dance topic I ever wanted to cover, I could reach out to her and she would like know it and know more than we all thought we knew in life. I am super excited because Isabeau Levito has a partnership with Red Bull and she's been doing some promotional work with them. And it is just really cool to see a skater that's likely going to be in like commercials because we're not used to that in 2025. So she had a Red Bull gown made for this and did some jumps on the ice with a drum coming at her. And I'm sure like she's going to develop like wings or something. We don't know the whole commercial, but this is awesome. I am going to remain seated for Amber Glynn's short program, Like a Prayer. Like, I was shook for that announcement because like this is the type of stuff she should skate to. Like, this screams Amber. This is going to be flippin' epic. Like, I can't freaking wait. Cranberry Cup entries are now out. And after looking at the list, especially with Isabeau, getting to see her at the very beginning of the season, I still haven't made a decision yet if I'm going to impulsively go. Although technically it wouldn't be impulsive because I'm sitting here thinking it through. Because the Summer Sizzler is the following week. Like, when I was making these like grandiose plans of like, I'm going to go to Cranberry Cup. And then I was just like, oh, but Summer Sizzler is like the week after. And I just don't want to pay for a hotel for that long or be like out of work for that long. I mean, I know it's only a week, but I already take time off for other figure skating events. So I'm still pondering this. And this is how my husband will find out these ponders if he listens to this video. So I'll keep y'all tuned if I do end up going. I really, really, really love the Skating Club of Boston's rink. It is just beautiful. Like, it's spoiled. I mean, I say this all the time. Like, it spoiled me the first time I went there for a competition, thinking like all the views of every rinks ever are like that. Just magical. There's also a really good restaurant nearby that had this like, was that meatloaf? You know what? I really want to go. The Cranberry Cup, that is. I'm already going to Summer Sizzler. Oops, Travis is how you find out also. There were many programs that were debuted at Dreams on Ice, and one of those was Yuma. And it was really cool because I saw a different side of him, more playful. He also did an interview recently where he talked about how he wants gold in both the team and individual events. So it is going to be a battle for the gold, and I'm here for it. Loena Hendrickx continues to post evidence of her back on the ice, and I am so excited for this. She did an interview recently where she talked about how she had been really in a black hole and that she really thought that she couldn't do it anymore in terms of skating. So she ended up having a ligament shortened, an internal brace fitted, bone fragments, and a cyst that was removed, and inflamed tissue. She talked about, though, in the interview that she feels like she is in a better place now. She was able to practice her free program, do some run-throughs. So this is really exciting, and I'm so glad that she is feeling fulfilled both on the ice and off the ice. Kaori did an interview where she talked about how she hopes that her and Wakaba can support each other and keep pushing until the very end. And so they did exactly that awesome sportsmanship that Ashley Wagner hates. In another interview, Kaori talked about, I don't know why it makes me laugh, anything with Benoit, I don't know, makes me chuckle. She had said, I'm probably a total masochist in reference to working with Benoit, her final competition season. And it's kind of interesting because she said that she was worried he would yell at her like before, but to her surprise, it was a kinder atmosphere. Benoit, I don't like to think of you that way. I like to think of you lurking quietly in a corner, not like. Speaking of Benoit, y'all, I realized that that man is younger than me by like 2 years. And I don't know why. Not that he looks old. There's some kind of essence about him that feels older. My husband says it's because he looks like he is on Natural Born Killers. I don't know. But that gave me like a chuckle for a few days that like I couldn't share with anybody because no one knows who Benoit is but y'all. I mean, no one in my circle, I mean. We have also learned that Benoit does indeed cry. Ekaterina has been showing some video of her training and her accomplishments. She showed that she recently landed a triple lutz, double axel, but she also showed that she did an off-ice triple axel, and that looks like she'll have to yeah, her ankles are gonna explode. Sarah Andrews and Josephine Lee have been awarded the 2025-2026 Skate America host spots, so that is super exciting for them. Word around the street is that ISU denied Veronika's request for a transfer to Azerbaijan, and unfortunately, she hasn't competed for 2 seasons. And I read somewhere that she has some kind of injury. I'm not 100% sure about that. But for whatever reason, she just wasn't able to transfer, although there's also news out saying that she paid back either, like, I think the Federation or Plushenko, so I'm not quite sure kind of what was behind that development. The medals for the 2026 Olympics and Paralympic Winter Games have been revealed, and they look so classy, and it makes me even more excited. Mia posted on Instagram that she is retiring from the sport and talked about what I'm pretty sure sounded consistent with possibly body dysmorphia disorder, though I do want to note that she didn't come out and say that. She just talked about how she felt like she was living in a different body, different mind, one that did not belong to her. So it could even mean something even more deeper than that. It also sounds like that she was in a pretty difficult situation, got out of it, and went to Alyssa's coaches and seemed to find it a supportive environment. But this is heartbreaking. Like, it was a very well written statement, and it's difficult to know that she was going through that. And so I wish her the best of luck at like whatever she decides to do. And hopefully she's getting a lot of support and just on the road to healing. In a surprising turn of events, because honestly, I thought she low-key retired, Rika Kihira has resumed training with Brian Oyster and Tracy Wilson. And so it sounds like she underwent treatment and rehabilitation in Japan. So I am intrigued. I'm trying to be optimistic, but I feel like other times when I felt like she's come back, I've got my hopes up. Isabella Flores posted an Instagram that announced her rhythm dance music and that she has a new partner. I'm somewhat intrigued by her existence. Eunsoo Lim participated in a training camp with Benoit, and so it seems like she's been doing some coaching. And he mentioned his skaters really benefited from it, so that is cool. Like, I haven't heard about her in a couple years. ISU submitted changes to the world minimums. It's interesting because some of this makes sense and some of this not as much. So for the men, I can totally see that it is going from 104 to 109. And I believe they had, was it 39 or 40? Maybe it's 39 entries at Worlds. So I can see why that would want to be raised, maybe to decrease that likelihood of having so many entries again. Women's went down from 90 to 88, which also makes sense. It's likely the scoring has had to make adjustments over time. because there's not as many quads being factored in. The pairs, though, I was surprised about because it's not as if there was an overwhelming amount of entries at Worlds. I think there was only 20, 23 maybe. Unless the goal of this is to factor in requirement changes. So that would be something I would have to look at. So for example, do they suspect that there's going to be more points that pairs will obtain based upon, like, let's just say spin requirement changes or something along the line. And in ice dance, it also had a large field at Worlds, so I don't know if that's reflective of the change. That's a 4-point change. A lot of these are a little bit of a change, actually. So yeah, it looks like everything now has gotten higher except women's has gotten lower. Riku and Ryuichi in an interview stated that they are redoing their short program, Paint It Black, which I love that program, one of my favorites. And they mentioned that if they felt like this program gave them a lot of confidence, and because it's the Olympic year, they want to stick with something that they feel sure about. And their goal, of course, is to get the individual gold medal. And for their free skate, it hasn't been announced yet as of the time of to this video. It has been choreographed by Marie France, and they hope that it will express their skating journey and show their achievements together. They want to showcase the story of two skaters who have carved out their own destinies in the path we forged as partners. And of course, here are some more program announcements. Of note, though, for some odd reason, and I never got to the bottom of it because I would get distracted every time. At one point, somehow, people were talking about Daniel Grossel and the Pope, and oh, that makes sense. Okay. Wow. All I really needed to do was like fully read what they mean by Pope. His free skate. Retirement announcements keep trickling in. All right, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more figure skating related content.